guys, and welcome to another Minecraft GA results video. So the final rounds of the group stages of the Football League. So let's jump right into it. So up first we have our only game on Saturday, which is Wexford versus Carlow. Carlow opened the scoring with 2 points in the first 3 minutes. Wexford finished the half in the lead, 8 points to 6. Carlow opened the second half scoring with 2 points 2 minutes in. And the game finishes Wexford 116. Carlow 13 points. So a win for Wexford over Carlow. The final score, Wexford 116, Carlow 13 points. And our first game on Sunday is Tyrone versus Armagh. Armagh opened the scoring with a point in the first 3 minutes. Tyrone finished the half in the lead, 8 points to 7. Tyrone opened the second half scoring with 2 points 4 minutes in. And the game finishes Tyrone 18 points, Armagh 16 points. So a win for Tyrone over Armagh, and that means Armagh are relegated to Division 2 for next year. So final score, Tyrone 18, Armagh 16. Up next we have Roscommon versus Donegal. Roscommon opened the scoring with a point in the first minute. Roscommon finished the half in the lead, 12 points to 7. Roscommon opened the second half scoring with 3 points, 17 minutes in. And the game finishes Roscommon 21 points, Donegal 9 points. So big win for Roscommon over Donegal, and that means that Donegal are relegated. So the final score, Roscommon 21 points, Donegal 9 points. Up next we have Mayo and Monaghan. Monaghan opened the scoring with a point in the first minute. Monaghan finished the half in the lead, 8 points to 16. Mayo opened the second half scoring with a point in the first 2 minutes. And the game finishes Mayo 14 points, Monaghan 2-14. So good win for Monaghan over Mayo. However, Mayo still advanced to the final. Final score, Mayo 14 points, Monaghan 2-14. Up next we have Galway versus Kerry. Galway opened the scoring with 2 points in the first 3 minutes. Galway finished the half in the lead, 1-7 to 7 points. Kerry opened the second half scoring with 2 points 3 minutes in. And the game finishes Galway 1-13, Kerry 14 points. So a win for Galway over Kerry, and that means Galway advance to the final. So the final score, Galway 113, Kerry 14 points. So these are the final standings in Division 1. Mayo and Galway on 10 points, Roscommon and Tyrone on 8 points, Kerry and Monaghan on 6 points, Armagh on 5 points, and Donegal on 3 points. Mayo and Galway will contest the final, and Armagh and Donegal are relegated. Up next we have Cork versus Derry. Derry opened the scoring with a point in the first 5 minutes. Derry finished the half in the lead, 6 points to 9. Derry opened the second half scoring with 4 points, 11 minutes in. And the game finishes Cork 114, Derry 114. So a draw for Cork and Derry, and with that Derry advanced to the final anyway. So final score, Cork 114, Derry 114. Up next we have Kildare versus Meath. Kildare opened the scoring with 4 points in the first 16 minutes. Kildare finished the half in the lead, 8 points to 3. Kildare opened the second half scoring with 3 points, 14 minutes in. And the game finishes Kildare 13 points, Meath 8 points. So a win for Kildare over Meath. Final score, Kildare 13 points, Meath 8 points. Up next we have Dublin versus Louth. Louth opened the scoring with a point in the first 2 minutes. Dublin finished the half in the lead, 5 points to 4. Dublin opened the second half scoring with 5 points, 11 minutes in. And the game finishes Dublin 16 points, Louth 1-6. So a good win for Dublin over Louth. Final score, Dublin 16 points, Louth 1-6, and with that Dublin advanced to the final. Up next we have Clare versus Limerick. The scoring opens Clare 4 points, Limerick 1 point. Clare finished the half in the lead, 11 points to 3. Limerick opened the second half scoring with 2 points, 5 minutes in. And the game finishes Clare 2-18. Limerick 9 points. So a good win for Clare over Limerick. However, both of them are relegated. So it was basically just a win to see which one of the two of them was the worst. So final score, Clare 2-18, Limerick 9 points. So these are the final standings of the Division 2 table. Derry on 13 points, Dublin on 12 points, Louth on 8 points, Cork on 7 points, Kildare on 6 points, Meath on 5 points, Clare on 4 points, and Limerick on 1 point. Derry and Dublin are promoted and will contest the final. Clare and Limerick are relegated. Up next we have Offaly versus Down. Offaly opened the scoring with a point in the first 4 minutes. Down finished the half in the lead, 6 points to 9. Down opened the second half, scoring with a point 2 minutes in. And the game finishes Offaly 9 points, Down 117. So good win for Down over Offaly. Final score, Offaly 9 points, Down 117. Up next we have Longford versus Antrim. Longford opened the scoring with a goal and 4 points in the first 13 minutes. Longford finished the half in the lead 113 to 2-4. Second half scoring opens Longford 2-13, Antrim 2-7. And the game finishes Longford 3-17. Antrim 3-12. So good high scoring game and a win for Longford over Antrim. However, Longford are still relegated. They will be in Division 4 next year. So final score, Longford 3-17, Antrim 3-12. Up next we have Westmeath versus Tipperary. Westmeath opened the scoring with 3 points in the first 18 minutes. Teams finished the half level with 3 points each. Westmeath opened the second half scoring with 3 points 4 minutes in. And the game finishes Westmeath 113. Tipperary 10 points. So a good win for Westmeath over Tipperary, and that means Tipperary are relegated. So the final score, Westmeath 113, Tipperary 10 points. Up next we have Cavan versus Fermanagh. Cavan opened the scoring with a goal in the first minute. Cavan finished the half in the lead 2-3 to 6 points. Cavan opened the second half scoring with 2 points 5 minutes in. And the game finishes Cavan 2-9. Fermanagh 114. So a win for Fermanagh over Cavan. Both of them are in the final, so we'll get a rematch. So the final score, Cavan 2-9, Fermanagh 114. So these are the final standings of the Division 3 table. Fermanagh with 12 points, Cavan and Down on 10 points, Westmeath and Offaly on 8 points, Antrim on 4 points, London on 3 points, or Longford even, on 3 points, and Tipperary on 1 point. Fermanagh and Cavan are promoted and will contest the final. Longford and Tipperary are relegated. Up next we have Leitrim versus Sligo. Leitrim opened the scoring with 3 points in the first 3 minutes. Sligo finished the half in the lead 5 points to 9. Leitrim opened the second half scoring with a point 2 minutes in. And the game finishes Leitrim 2-11. Sligo 115. So a win for Sligo over Leitrim. And Sligo advance to the final. So final score, Leitrim 211, Sligo 115. Up next we have Waterford versus Wicklow. Scoring opens Waterford 1 point, Wicklow 1 point in the first 6 minutes. Wicklow finished the half in the lead 5 points to 7. Second half scoring opens Waterford 6 points, Wicklow 8 points, 7 minutes in. And the game finishes Waterford 8 points, Wicklow 2-8. So a very low scoring game, but a victory for Wicklow. And that means they advance to the final. Final score, Waterford 8 points, Wicklow 2-8. And our final game of the weekend is London versus Laois. London opened the scoring with 3 points in the first 10 minutes. Laois finished the half in the lead 6 points to 3-2. Laois opened the second half scoring with 2 points 2 minutes in. And the game finishes London 2-8. Laois 6-6. So a very good win for Laois over London. Final score, London 2-8, Laois 6-6. So these are the final standings for the Division 4 table. Sligo on 12 points, Wicklow and Laois on 10 points, Wexford and Leitrim on 8 points, Carlow on 5 points, Waterford on 2 points, London on 1 point. Sligo and Wicklow are promoted and will contest the final. So those are the results of the final weekend of the group stages of the football. So the next time the football will be around, it will be the 4 league finals. So be sure to check that video out, as well as my hurling videos. So if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share, and I will see you for the next one.